Hello, everybody, and welcome back to your weekly dose of Star Wars fun and villainy. My name is Tyler Bucks.
And my name is Logan Honsaker.
What is this? What are you doing? We were going to do like a whole villain thing.
I'm the villain.
You're the...
You're fun, I'm villainy.
That's not what we planned on. It was more of like we were both going to be villain.
We're both villains.
Is that your villain voice?
Yeah. I'm going to murder you. I'm going to get you real good.
I'm not too threatened by that.
I'm going to chase you down and I'm going to attack you and I'm going to get your eye. I'm going to get you in the eyes. Those pretty eyes.
Okay, I'm not too concerned about that. But we are going to be talking about things you should be concerned about. If you're planning on going to the Star Wars universe anytime soon, you might need to know what monsters there could kill you the fastest. So if you want to help support this show, stay tuned to the end because we're going to tell you how you can do that and tell you about some of the people that are supporting us already. But Logan, do you want to bust us in on this first monster we're going to be talking about, which is number 11?
Number 11, the Sando Aqua monster.
Yeah, the Sando Aqua monster. As you can see, we can't right now because he's right in front of our eyeballs. But they were enormous, muscular predators that could be found in the oceans and lakes of Naboo. Although they could grow to 200 meters, they were rarely seen. So who was out there with a tape measure measuring the Sando?
Well, I think there's a little bit of a discrepancy actually in how big the Sando Aqua monster is, because when we looked at your book,
yes,
we found that it seemed like it's much larger than it is. And then when I was researching it for this, I think that book is like the largest that claims it to be. You know what I mean? The largest place that you can look where it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think it was the Sando Aqua monster that was putting it in the book, that it was that much bigger?
I think he's writing his own history.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. But yeah, so if you remember this Aqua monster, and go ahead, show a clip of it from Naboo. So that's the bigger fish that they keep talking about. Shortly, and this is the thing, it has a deeper history than just the Phantom Menace. Shortly after Vader's epic limb-losing battle against Obi-Wan Kenobi, he traveled to Naboo to get dirt on Padme. However, he was confronted by the Amidalians. Yeah, a group of rebels who believed Vader was responsible for killing Padme. They weren't too far off.
No,
they weren't too far away.
You could say they were spot on.
They were pretty spot on. And after bringing Vader below the surface, they used a device to summon one of these Sando Aqua monsters to devour him. However, Vader killed the beast, becoming the first person on record to kill one.
So is summoning this monster just getting a smaller monster to like swim somewhere?
So you could get a smaller fish so that the bigger fish. Did they have to do it almost like a Feeding Frenzy, that video game from back in the day where they had to have like a Russian doll situation of fish?
Yeah.
Like they set up a big fish out kind of further and then smaller and smaller until it like followed the breadcrumbs to Vader.
And then finally, you get the Sando Aqua monster to Vader. Also, it's feeding Wanzi. I want to add, not Feeding Frenzy.
And that's the thing about this being at number 11. Yes, if the thing really just chomped on you, it could kill you, but I don't think it would kill you the fastest, because let's think about it. It didn't kill Jar Jar and Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon.
No, I think we've only seen this thing kill other fish.
Right. So maybe it would think of killing. It's one of those accidental kills.
Yeah.
A flipper to the face might take you out.
Right. Or it thinks you're a fish and it's like, oh no, this is a human. I'm sorry. So I think if this was a list made by fish, this might be number 1, but we're humans. So it's number 11.
Okay, and speaking of the numbers, let's go to number 10. Logan, would you like to show people what the Vixus looks like?
Vixus. This is a pretty cool picture.
This is a pretty cool picture of this thing. Logan, do you want to tell them a little bit more about this?
Yeah, the Vixus was a stationary, non-sentient creature that originated from Umbara. The Vixus had tentacles that looked like harmless vines that it would use to ensnare victims and draw them into its toothy mouth, which had a long, grasping tongue shaped like a 3-pronged claw, as you can see in this picture.
Yeah.
For like 2 more seconds, and now it's gone.
And the next time you'll see it is in your nightmare. So when it comes to this thing, I like how it said like harmless vines.
Yeah,
or
so
whatever.
harmless.
Just harmless vines.
Here, look
But
at them.
How many vines are like the size of your head?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, how harmless is like? Are they saying that the vine itself is harmless? Because if my arm takes you and feeds you into my toothy mouth, I guess the arm is harmless. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's not.
It's saying it looks like harmless
okay.
vines. It's not saying that it's literally like half plant, half monster.
It does look harmless, but I mean, here we go. No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it's definitely not harmless for that guy. And this is the thing. While they do seem pretty deadly, they do stay in one place. So just don't go buy one.
Yeah.
Plus, they seem to spend a lot of their time lifting their prey and just kind of flinging them around.
Throwing them around.
So eventually, you could break free, but it wouldn't kill you the fastest.
This thing kind of reminds me of the juggler, that ride off of the Spy Kids movie. Where it just flings you and throws you around. And
no one has thought of that movie in 14 years, Logan.
No one thought
it's against the law.
Oh,
yeah. When they saw those people that were thumbs,
oh yeah,
it was over. It was a crime against humanity.
The thumb guys. Oh, now the Vixus. This seems kind of like a souped-up Sarlacc. I think.
Oh,
Doesn't
throwing
it?
some shade at the Sarlacc, which we are going to be doing later.
I always throw shade at Sarlacc.
But let's move on to something that's a little bit straight up frightening, if you ask me. If I saw this when I walked into a cave, we're moving to number 9, which is the chirodactyl.
Bam. Chirodactyl.
I'm sorry. I've gone to the chiropractor several times. I'm old.
The chiropractor.
The chirodactyl.
The chiro. He just
imagine going into your doctor's office and that thing is in the where you're. Yeah, exactly. You open up the door and this is what's going to fix your back.
Yeah. Oh, if only.
Exactly.
Looks like he could warm it up a little bit.
So that one specifically isn't a he, it's a she.
Okay.
And I shouldn't be the one necessarily telling you about this because I didn't really play Fallen Order, but that is the one known as Gulgara, right?
Gulgara. Yeah, I did play Fallen Order.
Yeah.
So if you want to defer to me, I can kind of...
Well, yeah. So this one was Gulgara, right? Which is a female chirodactyl that resided on the planet of Dathomir, known as from local legends as the winged daemon of the canyon.
Yeah, I mean, look at this thing.
Yeah, I mean, that does look like a demon in a canyon. And I can, just from my little video game knowledge, I'm guessing its weak point is on the top of its head because it was glowing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably the best guess, right?
That's usually anything's weak point. Right in the top of the head.
But yeah, so with a wingspan of several dozen meters, eyes that seem to be blind, and enormous talons, Napoleon Dynamite would be happy, and a head reminiscent of an owl with teeth, Gulgara feared no rival. And for good reason, she was classified as a super predator.
Does the chirodactyl have large talons?
Do they have what?
Do they have what? I can't understand.
That's the guy in Fallen Order with all the tattoos.
Yeah. Does it have what?
Cow comes up to him. Does the chirodactyl have large talons? Do they have what?
Do they have what?
I don't understand a word you just said. But like I did mention before, I didn't play Fallen Order. Logan is the resident expert when it comes to Fallen Order. So Logan, take it away of how deadly this thing is.
Well, the chirodactyl is pretty deadly, so you kind of want to use a different approach when coming up to it. When I was playing through, I took a little more of a defensive approach. Ooh. So you throw in a couple dodge rolls here, kind of little boot scoot to the right here.
I like that. That's amazing. See, this is why I deferred to him.
Just pushing
he is
X
the expert.
A lot, pushing triangle, really any button. If you just want to button mash, I don't really know what I'm doing when I'm playing these games. So I just kind of
Logan, don't say.
I just let my fingers just kind of.
Did you play the game? What were you playing on a tiny keyboard?
Yeah, it was child mode. Child mode.
They have that?
Yeah, I called in. I was like, this game is way too hard.
They sent you a fresh copy.
Yeah, it's a whole different disc. And the chirodactyl actually is way friendlier.
Really? That's a lot of work they did just for you.
It's just a parrot.
What game was this? Was this a whole different game?
Oh, yeah. No, this was Animal Crossing. I was playing Animal Crossing.
Anyway, let's move on to something that's a little bit more familiar for people and forget everything that just happened there. Number 8, we are going to talk about the Raincore. Logan, for people that don't know what the Raincore looks like, what does it look like?
Ba-ka-boom!
Thank you so much for that.
That's the noise it makes.
Yeah, I remember the doors open. It's like, Logan, have you seen the movies?
Have you? Yeah, I know. That's
okay. Never mind.
That's the Sky Warrior right there. That's Lude the Sky Warrior.
Don't try and string yourself coming up with a wrong name. So these guys stand around 5 meters tall, and for Americans, what is that, like 15 feet or so?
Yeah, I think you just multiply it by 3.
Yeah, that's what it is. Just whatever.
You just do something.
With their long arms, immense jaws, and armored hides that could withstand blaster fire, these creatures are semi-sentient. So that means one thing. If you can have a pretty good chat with one of these, you could probably talk your way out of it killing you.
Yeah. That's exactly what Luke seemed like he was doing. They were just getting there, and then the door came down right on his head.
He was about to be like, "What's your favorite color?"
Yeah, what's your favorite color? I really feel like we're getting to know each other. And bam, door.
And he was like, when he was throwing the rock to the side, he was trying to be like a peace offering. Like he had the rock. He's like, "Listen, let's just," and it hit the door.
Yeah, listen, we're not gonna fight. Just throw it down.
Let's pass our weapons to the side. Hit the button for the door, and it crashed onto its head. Luke cried with the guy who came out. They were like, "Listen, man, I'm sorry."
He's like, "I'm sorry. His favorite color was blue." And
I was listening.
Yeah, he did tell me that.
But yeah, I mean, Wrecker became friends with it.
Yeah.
So it's possible. But I mean, if this thing does get angry enough at you, it could probably kill you pretty quickly. But
if you go toe to toe with it, apparently they just respect that.
That's true. That's true. Maybe Luke should have hit it in the face with the rock.
Yeah.
And they would have just been pals.
You'd be like, "Oh, okay. That was pretty cool."
But the thing about these guys is I think they will forever move at stop motion animation speed.
Yeah.
So you can just kind of outrun those. I mean, it takes a long time to just get like one movement in stop motion. So you could you have days to walk away.
I was going to say one swipe from his arm, you got like a month. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people working on that project with stop motion.
Exactly. Let's go to number 7 with the Nexu. And that is the next one, Nexu.
Ooh.
What do you think about that? Do you like that?
Yeah, it was as good as my villain voice.
Look at how spooky this thing is. Logan, tell them about this cat-like predator.
The Nexu were agile cat-like animal predators from Chodana.
Yeah.
That's what that word is. That's not a T, that's an L. They could see prey with their heat vision. They were nearly 5 meters long with razor-sharp teeth claws, forked whip-like tails. They even had, you know what that just reminded me?
By the way, that is razor-sharp teeth / claws, not teeth claws.
I like razor-sharp teeth.
They got
claws.
nails in their mouth and teeth on their hands.
That's why they're so menacing.
Yeah, teeth claws. They can't understand them.
You know, in the moment, and this is probably bad that I got a little distracted, but I had the thought of like, are we going to find any, and we're in the Star Wars universe, we can't find anything other than razors to compare like the sharpest thing to. You know what I mean? Is it still, is we are all the way in the galaxy and like razors is still the sharpest thing? Like, that's
right.
our biggest
should at
metaphor.
least be like laser sharp.
Yes, thank you. Laser sharp. It even rhymes. Ugh. All right.
Laser and sharp?
So they're teeth claws. Yeah, this is the Nexu.
Yeah.
We've seen it in the famous Geonosian battle. That was the
course.
one that got Padme right
on
up
the back. Yeah, and that's the thing. We are cat owners, and that's why this is only at number 7, because we experience this type of thing on a daily basis. Like Padme's back scratch is something that we deal with when one of our cats just wants to get on top of us.
Yeah. Padme's back scratch is what happens when my cat wants to tell me that he loves me.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think the scariest thing when it came to that whole scenario was when Padme jumped off the pillar all the way right onto her crotch.
That's the worst thing.
Yeah.
I would rather,
feel like that would have killed you quicker than the Nexu.
Yeah, that should be way ahead of the Nexu. Jumping on to a reek.
Don't give anybody any spoilers. That's going to be number 1. Scariest monster in all of Star Wars.
A crotch drop.
Let's move. That sounds like a finishing move. Let's move to number 6, which is the Ravenak. Ravenak?
Ravenak.
Yes.
I'll bring him up for you.
Thank you so much. Look at this thing. He's right on top of us right now.
Look at
Give
that.
him a hug.
He's here. Yeah, I feel like I could. Oh,
Oh,
wrong way. Oh,
oh.
there
There he
I'll
is.
rub his belly.
He looks kind of cute when it comes to this.
I can't do mirrors.
These were first seen in the very first episode of The Mandalorian. These half hippo, half saber-toothed tigers were large creatures that inhabited the frigid planet of Pagadon.
Ooh.
Right? Pagadon?
I've butchered every single planet name this far. So.
Swimming underneath the ice. As we saw in The Mandalorian, they are strangely aggressive towards commuters. I don't know what it is about them. You know what I mean?
It's like if you're staying where they're from, they like you. But if you're moving around, it makes them nervous.
I know. Hey, man, stop moving. I'm nervous about it. Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't know how fast these would necessarily kill you unless they get a good, like, giant tooth right into the head, you know? But this is the thing that, you know, I think is the secret killer when it comes to these guys. Even though the thing is right on my head right now, I'd probably be dead. Imagine you're on your way to your job that you're kind of tired of, you know, you're listening to some music you've already listened to a million times, and you're probably stuck in pointless traffic. And you're just kind of like, you know, when is this life going to end?
Right.
And all of a sudden, this hybrid creature that comes from like the Avatar, The Last Airbender universe comes out of the ground and just eats. Like, does it eat the car too?
Yeah.
That's the real thing. That's why I think this thing could kill you the fastest, because you're not even prepared. You're not even like in an arena or in a cave or something. This thing just gets you when you're getting onto like the highway. You're
just on your way to work. Well, that's the problem. They shouldn't be commuting. You know what I mean? If you don't want to be attacked by this thing, just stop commuting.
Why fly everywhere?
Fly
at least like 10 feet above the ice.
Sleep at work. Now work is your home. And that's the sacrifice you have to make so you don't get attacked by this.
Hey, you know what? We didn't want to give you, you know, advice or anything when it comes to this show, but just quit your job.
Just quit your job and stop commuting.
Let's move on to number 5. And this one is kind of a mystery in the sense of it being not seen in a while. We're talking about the Zillow Beast. Look at that thing. For people that might not know, this was from Clone Wars before the Disney buyout. This guy is a semi-sentient, again, reptilian creature, and endemic to the planet of Malastare. Tell them more about this thing, Logan.
Malastare. However, the last specimen alive was inadvertently unearthed by an electroproton bomb used by the Galactic Republic.
Mm-hmm.
So even though we don't know for sure if Palpatine had the Zillow Beast cloned like he planned, we do know that this is a 318-foot tall monster that could just step on you and kill you instantly.
Yeah, and that's why it's kind of one of the fastest killers. As we see right there, it's grabbing a ship. It has the wherewithal to catch things out of the air, and to, you know, battle scores of other people trying to kill it and whatnot. So I feel like in the midst of it doing that, it could just accidentally just pap you.
You could probably kill a whole city block just with one wrong step. But I agree with, and I don't know if you said this before, but the fact that it's semi-sentient makes me think that unless it's provoked, it's not like the Ravenak, which is just gonna get you on your morning trip to work. You know, the Zillow Beast, I feel like, does need to be kind of provoked and angered a little bit.
Right.
I don't know if it's super predatory.
Well, I mean,
could be wrong.
The thing about it though is when it gets angry, like this first shot in the Clone Wars, it can get pretty, you know, combative. Yeah. So the real question too is, are we going to see this thing again? Because I want to see it.
Yes, I want to. Okay, even if we don't see it, I just want them to make it mean. I want them to be like, oh, we use this special armor for the Death Star or something crazy from the Zillow Beast. I just want them to say the word Zillow Beast. That's it.
Just anybody say it?
Yeah, like someone's walking
Zillow Beast.
There it is. Thank you. Finally.
You're welcome. While we're riding that high, let's move on to number 4. And number 4 is none other than the Krikna. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. Logan, I've told you before, I don't like spiders.
Oh, come on. He looks so cute. His little mouth. He's got little claws, teeth claws.
What are you talking about? I'm not into this. You talk about this thing.
Okay. I'll take this one. Okay, so they were the Krikna. It's okay. Just shut your eyes. It's all right. We'll get through this quick.
Okay.
The Krikna. They were resistant to blaster bolts and highly sensitive to negative emotions.
Negative emotions.
See? You're putting them off with your negative emotions. Just stay positive.
I'm screwed, dude. I have depression. I have anxiety. And then this thing, with all of its teeth claws?
Well, here, maybe if you just try to...
Oh my gosh, Logan, that's
they
on
say
the
the more time you spend with... Look at his little eyes.
It's
he can
on the
see
screen.
you. He can see you. He's
Those
smizing.
eyes are not little. They're
He's
probably like the
smizing
size
at
of my
you.
face.
They are, and they're beautiful. He loves you. He wants to kill you.
How? Okay. I'm not into it.
Do you want to move on?
I do want to move on.
That's the Krikna. It's so cute. It's so darn cute.
Okay, let's move on to number 3, which is the Acklay.
The Acklay.
So the Acklay. Oh, Acklay me down and kill me right now. This thing is also a spider. Move on, Logan.
We're not going to move on just because it looks like a spider. It's not. It's like a praying mantis thing.
What? Why are you talking like that once again? And you're kind of talking in your happy voice.
Because it's cute. It's a praying mantis. It's cute. It's villainous. It's evil. It'll murder you.
Well, that's why I don't like it. And your voice, the evil voice, is freaking me out now.
I know. It's amazing.
I just called it your evil voice.
It's my evil voice.
I'm starting to see why it can work now. All right, I'm more afraid of you than I am of the Acklay. So bring that thing back up on the screen.
All right, let's bring this puppy back up. Boom. Let's get a little.
Oh, geez. Now look at those teeth claws.
Okay, that is a little terrifying.
So these amphibious reptilian crustaceans, which, by the way, pick one. What is it?
I know.
Reptilian? Is it amphibious? Is it a crustacean? I don't know. But it has 6 deadly claws and razor sharp teeth. Razor sharp again. We're changing it all to laser sharp.
Please.
Native to the planet Vendaxa. Ooh. Not... and this is the thing that confused me when I did the research. It's not native to public execution coliseums like I first thought.
Yeah, I thought they were born there.
I thought they were born there, and that's their natural habitat. They speared their prey with their claws, biting through them with laser sharp teeth, and snapping limbs or swallowing them with their stretchy stomachs. Here's the question that I pose to people. What if Edward Scissorhands, the xenomorph from Aliens, and the Mind Flayer from Stranger Things had a weird tri-baby? This is what would happen. All those things that I just mentioned, even Edward Scissorhands, very deadly stuff. And this is like a combination of all of it. It's like a Swiss Army knife of deadliness.
That's a good point. It is. It's very deadly. And the thing is, what we keep coming back to is how quickly, what would kill you the quickest.
Yes.
And I feel like that's what makes spiders so scary, right? Their mobility, all their legs. This is like a spider with the claws, with the teeth claws of a nexus or a nexu? A
nexu.
And
yeah, oh, that's true. The Krikna almost.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It is like a hybrid between like the last 3 or 4 monsters that we just... So I'm going to go ahead and say this thing is pretty deadly. This thing is pretty deadly. I think if it wasn't for all the other stuff going on, Obi-Wan would not have gotten off so easily when it comes to that thing. But this is the thing I want to get to, which is number 2. It is the Rathtar. Oh.
Look at that. I mean, if you clicked on this for the thumbnail, you've already seen this thing killing Logan.
Oh,
it's scary. It's big. It's pink. And it's got, look at all those eyes. Do you think those eyes are cute?
No, those things are freaky.
So listen, I can already sense that there's going to be some comments or some people watching it that don't want to believe that the Rathtar could be one of the monsters that could kill you the fastest. Even though a lot of those people who have issues with it probably think the sequel films killed their childhood the fastest.
Right.
So with that in mind, we are just going to read you this passage from Wikipedia. Logan, take it away in your villainous voice.
My villainous voice?
Yeah, go for it.
Lacking a true skeleton, a Rathtar had an enormous, round, slug-like body covered in light, reactive, sensing orbs. They possessed multiple long, tentacle-like appendages, their principal feeding tentacles whipped out to capture and devour prey, which typically consisted of anything they perceived as non-Rathtar. These creatures were ravenous and persistent eaters capable of consuming virtually anything they could fit into the robust radial mouths, which were funnel-shaped and lined with rows of laser-sharp teeth. Their throat distended to outward into a hollow tongue, useful for swallowing struggling prey. The billis creatures. Oh God. typically tore their meals apart piece by piece. Woo!
I'm scared of the spit that just flew out of your mouth when you laughed.
Yeah, me too.
I almost had the viewer's eyes out. I think that's Bilious?
Bilious?
Whatever.
Billis? What did I say?
We vaguely know stuff about Star Wars. We vaguely have a grasp on the English language.
Is Billy? Yeah, I don't think Bilious is a Star Wars word, but regardless, even if it was, we would still butcher it.
Well, this is the thing. Rathars are extremely deadly. We got to see the fear that people, when it was just said, "Hey, by the way, there's Rathars in here," and it was like Rathars, and it's still. I always have to bring this up. Is it not messed up that Chewie and Han killed like their entire crew just to get Rathars on the ship?
Yeah.
Do you remember that from The Force Awakens?
Oh yeah.
I feel like that should have been on this list as one of the numbers is Chewie and Han working for Chewie and Han. But what isn't on this list are some dishonorable mentions, and why they are here is because let's get this straight. We are talking about the things that can kill you the fastest, like the Rathtar. It could scoop you up and swallow you whole immediately with all of its razor sharp teeth. Boom, like that. You could be, using meters. You can be like 10 meters away and it can roll towards you and grab you and kill you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But these things sure are deadly, but they definitely wouldn't be able to kill you the fastest. One of the first things we need to talk about here is the Sarlacc Pit. Come on. The Sarlacc Pit would not kill you the fastest. And actually, it prides itself on killing you slowly.
Yeah. It is. Its whole design is to not kill you the fastest, is to digest you slowly over a period of like thousands of years.
Exactly.
So this is like, it wants to come in last place.
Yes, exactly. So we are just giving the Sarlacc what it wants. And look at this. This is what it looks like when it's not just that mouth. And I'm a little frightened just by that. And I see there's a lot of photos here that Logan decided to find. There's that. I guess this is like a real world Sarlacc Pit that we would have to deal with, maybe like an anthill. And then we got the Sarlacc Pit back over again. What's so funny? Why did you?
I honestly forgot that I put the anthill on there, and you did exactly what I wanted. It's like, this is not a Sarlacc at all. Oh,
okay, well, perfect. I'm happy I could provide that to you. What's another one of our dishonorable mentions, Logan?
We got the Reek.
The Reek. Now, we did talk about 2 of the 3 things that were sent to kill the heroes in Attack of the Clones, and the Reek out of them is probably the most not deadly. If you just stand to the side of it, I don't think this thing could kill you. And also, even when it did attack Obi-Wan, it attacked Jango.
Yeah, he didn't even stand to the side. It ran right over him. Like, it just nailed him, and he just got right back up.
Yeah.
So I think the Reek is, especially out of this list, is definitely deserves to be in a dishonorable mention. But in the Geonosian battle, I think it still was the least deadly in that battle, because it looks like it should be able to kill you, but then it tramples you, and then you just get right back up and blast it in the head. Like,
exactly. Bing, bang, boom, easy. And then we also have the Exogarth. Exogarth. This thing literally has things living inside of it.
Yeah.
If it swallowed you, you could probably just pull up a chair, watch some TikToks until it opened its mouth again for you to just stroll on out.
Yep.
This is what the inside of it looks like. It has more floor space than most apartments in Cleveland.
Yeah, this thing is spacious.
Yeah, look at all that.
And there's it has nature going on inside. Like, there's birds flying around. There's like little bat things.
Yep. And here's another shot from the movie. Very, very helpful. Thank you for putting that on there, Logan. Once again, don't know what some of these other pictures you found are, or how that's supposed to help with the list. So thank you for doing that. Wampa. We're talking about the Wampa now. Even when this thing has a perfect kill on you, it takes its time.
Yeah.
It just kind of carries you back to the cave and freezes your legs to the ceiling. That's a good point. How does it freeze your legs to the ceiling?
Yeah.
Like in Empire Strikes Back, does it on some ice and then shove and like hold until the ice like freezes back over and then like let's go, like tests it. Almost like when we put these pictures up behind us so they don't fall on me. It's like
and then you put it and you test it. Yeah, I like to see the moments before where he's giving Luke a little like test tug just to see if he's gonna stay up there. Like
good. And this is the thing. This is the reason. This thing, if it doesn't kill you fast enough, just with its arms, easily removable. It's like one of those action figures. You pop them right out, and then
Wampa has Lego arms.
We have one more thing. It's the Geonosian brain worm.
Oh yeah,
brain worms could control dead people, but from what I could look up, it doesn't necessarily kill you. Even so, it kind of makes you undead.
Yeah,
and is that killing you the fastest if it makes you undead?
No,
you know?
it definitely could kill you, and it does, even if it makes you undead, and we want to split hairs there, but at the end of the day, even in, let's say, making you undead is killing you, it's a very slow process. True. You know what I mean? You got to come in contact with it, then someone else has to, then it has to kind of like get that little worm thing up in your brain.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like
Rathtar, Barris Offie could kill you the fastest. She's just straight up murking that guy.
She's not even trying to save him or turn him back.
Yeah.
Just like, they're gone. They got the brain worm.
And that's the thing. It's undead. And that's basically a zombie, but is a zombie necessarily dead? Like, does the zombie virus kill you even though you're animated? Like, what even is undeath?
Right.
Is Jesus a zombie?
So it could be. So maybe the Geonosian brain worm, what it does is it takes over you, makes you a zombie, and then uses you to kill living people.
Okay, now that's
so even more of a process.
It's like a pyramid scheme of deadliness.
Right.
This thing that we're about to talk about that is number one, and put in the comments before this happens what you think number one is. This thing definitely doesn't need like a multi-level investment plan to kill you, because number one is none other. Wow. Take it away, Logan.
None other than the greater crate dragon.
Boom. Look at that thing. Look at how scary it is. Now, the crate dragon has been rumored to be on, like live action screen for the longest time. Video games had it all over the place, and people have been waiting to see this thing. And I don't think anybody could be disappointed with the showing it had in The Mandalorian.
No. And if we're talking specifically for our research, it showed how deadly it was. Like that scene, that episode showed incredibly how deadly this thing was and how quick. Like we were talking about on the commute. This thing can just come out of the sand at any time it wants and just gobbles you up when you're walking to somewhere. Like you don't have to be looking for it or go to its cave or anything like that. It can just, and you're gone.
A crate dragon's cry was enough to ward off the fierce sand nomads known as the Tusken Raiders. Everybody knows. Some greater crate dragons were known to burrow beneath abandoned Sarlacc pits after eating the Sarlacc that resided there. If we saw all of that mess underneath the Sarlacc pit, there's a lot of meat down there.
Yeah. It's a full meal.
Exactly. If a crate dragon felt threatened, it could project the venom in its mouth, dissolving any organic tissue that the venom came in contact with. And that is why it's at number one.
100%.
Think of the Zillow Beast. I could accidentally put a paw on you and kill you. So could the crate dragon. Think of, like you were saying, when it came to the hippo monster, which is named the Ravenak. Think of that and how it could just kill you easily on your commute. Think of the Zillow Beast once again with this hide that is like blaster proof and everything.
Yep.
There's so many things that the crate dragon has that everything else on this list does, but it also can project acid that just dissolves you instantly.
Yeah, that's the main killer. That is the main killer. Yeah, because we saw it. There was like how many people in that one scene where they're standing below it and it just shoots some acid out of its mouth and just dissolves them immediately. I don't, even a Rathtar didn't kill that many people that quick on screen.
Exactly. And we've seen a lot of this beast. And look at this guy trying to, what, are you just going to force push the whole thing away?
No, he's just waving.
Yeah, he's like, hey, I don't know if I can have a good chat with you like I can with a Raincore.
Right.
What's your favorite color? Boom,
what's your favorite color? Like, oh,
that's not a color.
Like, And he cheated.
I'm going to give that to you. We're going to let you restart and think again.
It's like, you seem irritated. I'm going to let you have some space.
And yeah, this is a great shot of how much it took just for everybody to work together to try and take on this thing.
Yeah. Truly takes a village.
It takes a village for sure. But we think the Crate Dragon is number one. And in the chat, we would like to see what monster in Star Wars do you think could kill someone the fastest. So feel free to put some comments. We'll bring them up on the screen. But thank you guys, everybody who's watching it live right now and rewatching this. This is Star Wars Fun and Villainy. And if you can see right there, we got our new little Fun and Villainy logo. Right, and you're pointing in the wrong direction.
I told you. Wait.
There you go.
It's harsher. I'm just gonna go towards your face.
There it is. And yeah, this is Fun and Villainy. We're gonna be doing a lot of really cool things in this format. And do you want to say what we're going to be covering next week to get people excited on Fun and Villainy?
Ooh, if I even remember what we're going to be covering next week.
Well, think about a squad like us versus Star Wars.
Oh, thank you.
I have to help him along.
We've run by so many ideas of what we're going for the next couple of weeks, but now I do remember we are going to be doing Suicide Squad versus Star Wars.
That's right. We're going to be looking at the new Suicide Squad and matching them up with some other people in Star Wars and talking about what those battles between them could be. Let's look at the comments here. We got Chad Benty saying that Logan's mustache
is the fastest killer.
In the Star Wars universe.
It's the fastest killer of me getting a date. I'll tell you that.
I mean, hey, once again in the comments, can anybody give Logan some confidence? And we're going to go to Trevor, who said that number one should be Mankind. I mean, it's true. Mankind did kind of terrorize most of these monsters that we saw.
That's true. I think, yeah, we're doing it from the perspective of the humans, but from the monsters, we are the biggest monster.
Yes, that is very true. So thank you once again, everybody. We appreciate you checking this out. We hope we see you back next week. And we hope we can see some people at What's Right Behind My Head Superscripts live event, which is going to be going down next Friday. We're going to be doing a quiz. We're going to be doing some informational material there. And if you can't make it, we're hoping to do some Instagram stories, maybe go Instagram live. We're going to try and cover some of it so that you can see it. And then the next day, that Saturday, we are going to be doing Fun and Villainy again, same bat time, same bat channel. And yeah, that's right. We are right there. If people want to try and zoom in, there's our name.
Maybe you'll see Harley Quinn versus Darth Vader next week.
Wow. Now that is a battle. But Logan, would you like to thank our patrons?
Yes. Thank you, Commodore Morrow Keen,
Commodore Rayside, Commodore Benty,
and Commodore Mellish.
Once again,
the evil. We're doing the evil. We do Mellish and evil. Evil.
That's not an evil voice. Are we gonna have to talk about this later? Because I don't think that's
good soldiers follow orders.
Okay, that's pretty evil. I'm on board now. Sorry, I gotta go.
Sold him
and get away from Logan. But before we go completely, we are still covering the Bad Batch.
Yes.
Audio only. So check out your podcasts. I just got to keep getting a little bit further from Logan.
And we'll both
check out your podcast streaming sites on Tuesday, where we're going to cover all the episodes we missed and talk about who won the art and
predictions.
Okay? Are you going to be okay now?
I'm going to be good. I'm coming at you.
It's the mustache.
I'm going to get that mouse hand.